Hey guys, how are you? Happy Wednesday. I am coming at you live to talk intermittent fasting. I'm going to go over what it is, some of the benefits, and how to get started. I'm super excited to share, and I hope if you join that you will jump in and that you're just as excited as I am. So if you've never hopped on with me before, my name is Carrie. I'm joining you from Hamilton, New Jersey, kind of in the middle of Atlantic City and Philly. Just sharing tips and tricks to live your most healthy life in the easiest way possible. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Sorry, I'm just totally flustered because I just got done getting kids settled, the household settled, but I'm super excited to share about intermittent fasting. I know a bunch of you have hopped on my page today and told me that you're super excited. Hey, Michelle, how are you? So if you guys are on, or if you hop on, tell me where you're joining from, because I'm going to try to share out this video into my group because people have wanted to see the intermittent fasting. So give me a second, but if you are on, why not drop me where you're joining from? So let me see if I can do this. Sharing to my group. Hopefully that works. I can do this. Oh, nope, not doing it right. All right, I'll figure that out later. Anyhow, so I'm going to talk intermittent fasting with you guys. If you have heard of intermittent fasting or you've tried intermittent fasting, drop me some fire emojis. The little fire. Go in your emojis on your phone and drop me some of the fire. If you are excited to hear about it, if you're thinking of giving it a try, intermittent fasting seems to be all the rage right now, right? So the reason why, I'm going to give you some background how I got turned on to even wanting to try this. So I've been seeing people do intermittent fasting. I've been hearing about it. People have been having success. To be honest with you, I was always under that mentality of eating first thing in the morning, getting the fire burning, small meals throughout the day. People have been telling me that for years. And then recently, when 2020 started, I saw Dr. Oz. Everybody talks about Dr. Oz. He released his recommendations for going into 2020. And on there, he had adding MCT oil to your diet, which I already do, and I'm going to talk about. He talked about adding apple cider vinegar to your diet, which I also already do. He talked about meditating, I think, and then he had intermittent fasting. So that kind of set off a light bulb for me to start looking into it. Not that I'm super into Dr. Oz, but over the years, he's come up with some pretty cool tips and tricks that people have always been talking about. So I started doing my research right around New Year's, and then 2 weeks ago, I dove in. I did research, I took tons of notes, watched a bunch of videos, listened to a ton of information, talked to a bunch of people, and basically I've condensed it all, and I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm super excited. So for me personally, let's talk about the last 14 days and what I've noticed. So I've definitely dropped a few pounds. I honestly don't really weigh myself, but I'm going by the pictures that I shared with you guys. I am pretty lean to begin with, but I've clearly gotten leaner. My clothes are a little bit looser. I can tell you 100% my mental clarity is way better. Obviously right now I'm not. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, but all day long, mental clarity has been on point for the past 14 days. My energy has been through the roof. So I already take a energy pill daily that I love. I absolutely love it. Kind of turns my body into a fat burning machine to begin with. But since I've done intermittent fasting, it has taken it to the next level. Absolutely love it. And as far as hunger, I've been less hungry overall, to tell you the truth. So do I go through little waves, which I'll talk about as I go through this video? Of course, I go through waves where I'm a little bit hungry, but overall, even when I'm in my eating window, much less hungry. So for me, those were super excited. I'm super excited about those things in just 14 days. So before I get into the nitty gritty here and how it works and why it's beneficial, I just want to say that I'm not a doctor or a physician. And if you do have any concerns about any of the info that I present, definitely ask your doctor. And I mean, at the end of the day, this isn't for everyone, but it definitely has a ton of benefits. So, Marn, when do I take which one? You have to ask me again. All right, so I'm going to go over some stuff. I just want to tell you also, don't overcomplicate this. It's actually not as complicated as it sounds. And I know many of you are overcomplicators, myself included. So if that is you and you're on here, hashtag overcomplicator. So if you are an overcomplicator, hashtag overcomplicator, drop it in the comments. So I take the burn, Marn, still like right around lunchtime because that doesn't really, I'll go into like how that works. All right, so when it comes to healthy eating, let's think about this. I should turn the volume off on Kayla's laptop that's over here. Hold on. There we go. All right, so when it comes to eating healthy, and I posted about this the other day, what are some things that all of you on here, or if you catch this on the replay, what do you struggle with? Do you struggle with being too busy and not having enough time to eat? Do you struggle with nighttime eating or nighttime snacking? Do you struggle with being a stress eater? How about struggling with, wanting to eat salty or sweets? Like, which of those is you? Feel free to drop it in the comments if you want to share, because I know we all have something that we struggle with. Me personally, I struggle with eating sweets and overeating later in the day. So I love something sweet, whether it's chocolate, cakes sometimes, like brownies, those types of things, Girl Scout cookies. And I also struggle with eating later in the day. Typically like after dinner, like I'll pour myself a cup of dry cereal, things like that. That's my jam. That's usually what gets me. So, basically, I'm gonna get into how this all works and address those things, but let's start first by me telling you, I'm losing my words. What is intermittent fasting? So intermittent fasting is actually not a diet. It's not a diet. It's actually a lifestyle. It's a change in the way that you eat. So there is no calorie restriction on it at all. So it's not dieting. You can restrict calories if you want to, but totally not required. So it's actually a meal timing plan. That's what intermittent fasting is. It's you creating a block of time that you're going to eat and a block of time that you're going to rest. So there are different types of intermittent fasting, believe it or not. Different blocks that people choose. So when you enter into intermittent fasting, the most popular ones, and there's 4 of them, are a 16-8, meaning that you rest for 16 hours, you eat for 8. There's a 18-6, which means you rest for 18 and you only eat for 6. And then there are 24-hour and 48-hour fasts. So those would be something that you would do as maintenance. I mean, you wouldn't do like 24 hours on, 24 hours off. It would be something that you would do maybe once a month, a few times a month, something like that. So currently what I'm doing is the 16-8, which means that I rest for 16 hours and then I eat for 8 hours. It's the most common form of intermittent fasting. And basically you get to choose your 8-hour window. So if you picture 8 hours to eat, it's like a sliding ruler. You pick your 8 hours. So for me personally, I start eating at 12 and I'm done eating at 8. Now, if you have a job profession where you sleep, you're a nurse or something like that where you sleep later, you can slide your window. So you could eat from 2 to 10 if you want. Or if you're a person that likes to eat earlier in the day, you could start eating at 8 in the morning until 8 hours later. Make sense? Does that make sense? All right. So I think many people, from what I've gathered in talking to people, many people already skip breakfast. So this is honestly not that hard to do. It's super easy to follow and you really don't have to make a ton of changes other than the window. The benefits, guys, scientifically proven benefits, by the way, are dramatic. So this is like my favorite part. And if you're on here or if you catch this on the replay, like this makes 100% sense. All right. So the benefits that I've listed down that are dramatic and science-based are physical transformation, leaning down, weight management, detoxification and cleansing, more energy, mental clarity, living longer, believe it or not, and I'll tell you why, prevents dementia, rejuvenates your stem cells in your body, and there's other things I have written down too. So, where am I at? So basically, old school way of thinking before scientists researched this was that it was good to eat 4 to 6 meals a day. I'm sure you guys have heard that over the years, over and over and over, and there's still tons of people that will tell you 4 to 6 meals a day. They've actually done a ton of research, scientists, and if you want this research, you want me to send you research, I would be more than happy to send it to you. But they have found that there's a process, and I'm going to say this word wrong, it's called aphasia, that actually means that your body cleans itself. It's kind of cool. So if you think about it like this, you eat foods, right? When you eat 4 to 6 meals a day, you eat, you stop eating, you eat again. Your body is constantly processing food, right? It's constantly like trying to digest it, trying to get it out of your body. And it literally is working for hours. So typically people feel full after they eat, right? So your body is working to process that food, right? So hold on. So the body, when it's in aphasia, which is the cells that start to, when you get in, all right, I'm going to break this down. So 12 hours after not eating, so you have that 16 hours that you don't eat, 12 hours in, your body starts to go into aphasia where the cells start to like clean up. Your body literally turns into like a garbage disposal and the cells clean out your body and then they use the energy that they're sending out to repair themselves as well as the inside of your body. So it's basically self-repairing your body, healing minor wounds within your body so that you don't get diseases and all types of scary things, and the word I'm not going to say. And it only starts to happen after not eating for 12 hours or more. So the longer you go into a fast, if you can push yourself to go further than the 16 hours, further like into the 24-hour range, your body is literally burning fat and cleaning itself out. So aphasia means literally to eat itself. So it's a process that delivers fantastic effects not only to your skin, but your entire body. So the body starts to eliminate all the diseased junk inside of it, as well as like dysfunctional proteins and like cells that are messed up in your body. It's pretty cool stuff, and that's why everybody's wanting to fast. That's why they're recommending fasting. So I where is it? All right, this one I really liked. So if you think about it in life, right, there are no self-cleaners. Like there's not a self-cleaner that walks around and cleans our house, even though we all wish we had one. So there are surely self-cleaning ovens, like I wrote down, and computers that clean themselves having the, what is that program called? You know what I'm talking about, the virus scans or whatever. But there's other things in life that build up like dirt and grime. Thinking about like your kitchen or your bathroom, they have to be cleaned, right? So what would happen if you didn't maintain those places in your house? They would get dirty and disgusting, right? So your kitchen would be gross, your desk and your car would be disgusting. So essentially, if wastes and toxins in your body aren't properly disposed of, the cells start to malfunction and decline, and they result in everything from dull skin to lackluster energy and weight gain. So I know this is like above some of your heads maybe. It was above mine at first, but the more I was reading about it, I was like, wow, this makes total sense. So not having anything in your body gives your body time to regenerate the cells. And there's studies out there that show that it leads to dramatic weight loss because you allow your body to like start burning, like it burns everything up inside of it. It's amazing. So it's essentially like a cleanup crew / garbage disposal in your body that you create by yourself. Pretty interesting. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in trying, let me see the hearts, let me see the fire emojis, because I'm telling you, intermittent fasting is where it's at. So, mental benefits, I already told you, when your body is not breaking down food constantly, it actually gives you mental clarity. It gives your body time to repair the cells in your brain. And this is all like scientifically based stuff. This isn't I'm not making this up. All right, So how do you start intermittent fasting? Let's get to the nitty gritty here, all right? If you want any info on any of that science stuff I just told you, I would be more than happy to share. I just, personally, I was horrible in biology class, like terrible, and I never understood the goofy little cells that we had to create with mitochondria and stuff. But reading all of this and feeling the way I do the past 14 days and then looking at myself in pictures, I love it. Like I'm obsessed. And then knowing that like it's even like better than I thought it was, I'm more obsessed with it. All right, so how do you start with intermittent fasting? First of all, you need 2 apps. One for sure, the other one is like if you want to use it. The first app I recommend, and I currently use it and love it, it's called Zero. Z-E-R-O. Super easy. So you download the app, you sign up, it's free. It literally has a timer on there. You pick which fasting you're doing. If you're gonna do the 16-8 or the 18-6 or whatever you're doing, when you start stopping eating, like tonight, I'm done for the day, actually, to be honest with you. I don't need any more food. 0, yes, Marnie. So when you're done fasting for the day, you click start fasting. Or sorry, done eating, you click start fasting. The little circle comes on and it starts ticking. Then in the morning or tomorrow when it's time to eat, it sends you a little notification. You've completed your fast. It gives you a little reward for your first day done, a little badge, and you go about eating. Honestly, super easy. I'll get into in a second what you need to eat when you stop. The second app that you can get, totally up to you. If you're going for weight loss goals, I recommend it. It's called MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal. And on it, you can kind of track the types of foods that you eat. So you can track proteins, carbs, if you want to like be a little more restrictive. And that's the other app. So Marnie, if you do a certain time frame, but then one day, okay, good question. All right, so when I did, for example, I've been fasting now for 2 weeks. I went out this past weekend, and listen, guys, you can be as strict or as loose as you want. So I went out this past weekend, and I kind of thought in my mind about what time we were going to go out, what time I would be done eating, and I tried to adjust accordingly. Just get as close to the 16 hours as you can. Be as strict as you can. You don't have to be super anal with yourself. If you have a cheat day on Sundays, it's fine. Track it so that you still have the stats in your app, but by all means, like, don't miss out on a family party or your kid's birthday because you're worried about fasting. Or adjust it a little bit. So like I said, I went out this past weekend. I'm usually done eating at 8. I slid my window back a little bit and I started eating at 1 that day. We were done. We went out early. We were done eating by 9. I turned my fast on. And then on Sunday, I continued. So it keeps track of your stats for you. It's super easy. And you just start the next day. Like, don't give up. Give yourself a chance. Trust me, you will feel great. All right. So what do you eat when you're outside of the eating window? All right. This is where you have to be strict, guys. And it's mental. Trust me, it's mental. So when you are outside of the eating window, you can literally have, this is a little hard, you can only have water, plain coffee, or plain tea. Ouch. So it's not as bad as you think. Water obviously is easy. Plain coffee, I actually watched a few YouTube videos today, and it was 2 doctors that have done intermittent fasting for a while, as well as keto. It was a husband and wife, and they did fasting. They did tons of testing with like testing their blood and stuff. And they actually tested because they say that while you're fasting, you can have like drinks and things that are under 50 calories. I'd rather not chance it and like push myself, but they were testing different sugars like Splenda, Sweet and Low, stevia. So I personally, and they found that all of those were fine. So the reason why is because when you take sugar, it spikes your insulin and then it takes you out of the fast. That's why. So that's why they say to keep it under 50 calories and no sugars. So for me, I've been doing 1 packet of Sweet and Low, which actually has 0 calories. They tested it in the video that I watched and said that Sweet and Low did not spike their insulin. It did not take them out of their fasting state. I've been putting a packet of Sweet and Low in my coffee, and I think it tastes sweet. It tastes fine to me, but I've been a Sweet and Low drinker since I was younger. We always used to have iced tea when I was a kid with my mom, so you could try stevia. They also said Splenda was fine. I don't recommend putting like creams or anything, so it is an adjustment, but I'm telling you, the outcome is worth it. Plain tea, same thing. Like, you can't put honey or anything, guys, because it's going to spike your insulin. So it has to be like either plain tea, plain black tea, plain green tea with one of those sweeteners that I mentioned. All right, so there's also, and the doctor couple did a test on this, there's also a ton of research surrounding drinking bulletproof coffee while you are on here or on a fast. So if you aren't familiar what bulletproof coffee is, it's the coffee with the grass-fed butter and the MCT oil in it. So if you don't know what those are, the grass-fed butter is basically like, it has amino acids in it, and it's like rich in healthy fats for your body, and it promotes weight loss. So that's what grass-fed butter does. Many people like it between meals because it keeps you fuller longer. And then the MCT oil, which Dr. Oz recommended, and it's like all the rage right now, actually stands for medium chain triglycerides, and it's basically like a fatty acid that helps stabilize your blood sugar, and it like improves your cognitive function, improves your mood, and it's phenomenal for weight loss. So with that being said, the doctor couple that I was talking about and other research that I've done has shown that the bulletproof coffee actually does not spike your insulin, and the doctor couple actually showed results that it actually boosted their like metabolism and their fat loss. And they were like pricking their finger and doing all these crazy tests. So I kind of trust them, especially since the guy lost like insane amounts of weight. No lie. And they're healthy as whatever you want to say. So bulletproof coffee, I've been doing it personally myself every morning on my fast. I drink the bulletproof coffee. I drink my coffee in the morning on the way to work with a Sweet and Low. I do my apple cider vinegar. Like I said, I already did it. Dr. Oz recommended it. So those are my drinks. And then when I get to work, after I'm done my coffee, it's just water. I'm not going to lie. You do get hungry, guys, but it's a matter of mind over matter. When you get hungry, do something to distract yourself. Go for a walk, call a friend, watch a video, listen to a podcast, go hang out with your kids. If it's morning time, or go to the gym. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But like, if you distract yourself, you will realize that you're actually not that hungry. So, bone broth. What did I read about bone broth, Michelle? That's a good question. I do still do my bone broth. What did they say? I think bone broth, I'm 95% sure is fine. I've been doing it. There are some people that call certain things like a dirty fast. I have to research the bone broth. I'm 95% sure it does not spike your insulin, but that is a great question. I'm going to double check on that. Yes, phone a friend, Marnie. All right, so what breaks the fast? I just said, having sweeteners, sugar, carbs, calories, those are going to break your fast and make it stop. So what should you eat when you are done fasting, right? Here we go. So when you're coming off your fast, it is super important that you consume something with protein. Protein. So protein is chicken, fish, beef. There are plant-based proteins, shrimp, tuna, peanut butter. So when you break the fast, you want to have something with protein and either fat or carbs. You can have protein and fat or protein and carbs. You do not want to have fats and carbs together. No. Why? Because you're going to undo everything you just did. Your body's going to leech on to the fats and carbs because it's looking for energy, and it's not a good idea. You want to give it good fuel. Good fuel is protein. So I'm going to give you some ideas. Think of like a protein shake with peanut butter and veggies. Great choice. Hamburger with cheese. You're getting protein, fats, or a carb with a protein. So having like a sweet potato and chicken, something like that works. Many people ask about working out while you are fasting. Yeah, Michelle, you can replay it, definitely. I'm going to post it on my timeline. Can you work out? Yes, they actually recommend working out towards the end of your fast. Why? Because your body's like churning. It's churning and it's burning fat, and going to the gym is just going to accelerate that. So it's like the best time to work out right before you are done your fast. So not fat and carbs. Good, Marn. Perfect. All right, common concerns. Will you lose muscle? Many people are worried about losing muscle when they're doing intermittent fasting. And Frank would tell me this. He would say, oh no, you have to fuel your body because it's going to eat the muscle. It doesn't. Intermittent fasting does not eat the muscle. So it actually reserves all of your muscle mass. Studies have shown, again, that it's not the case that you're not going to lose your muscle, and entering the fasting state is actually beneficial for weight loss. And I loved this little example that they gave here. You know Wolverine? I'm sure everybody knows Hugh Jackman, Wolverine. Yeah. Well, he actually used intermittent fasting to get in shape when he was getting in shape for Wolverine. So there you go. Did he look like he lost his muscle? Because he didn't look like he lost his muscle to me. Hugh Jackman used intermittent fasting when he did Wolverine. So you ain't going to lose no muscle. How long do I fast? So Beth, I fast for 16 hours. 16 hours, no eating, 8 hours eating. All right, so many people wonder if their metabolism is going to slow down while you're fasting. It will definitely not. It actually speeds up. People think that the logic is that lowering your calorie intake, that you're training your body to eat less and store more. But that's actually like the old school way of thinking. The truth is that digestion actually takes energy. So when you're digesting food, it actually pulls energy away from you. And people like think that it burns calories, but that's not what determines your metabolic rate. So honestly, you're actually going to have more energy. Like I've said 15 times, your thyroid and metabolism will not slow down. A lot of people ask that. What types of supplements should you take? Many people ask this question too, and I actually listened to a really great video this afternoon on this. So while you are fasting, it is recommended that you take something that replaces the minerals in your body. I already personally do that on my own, but hearing somebody talk about it as far as intermittent fasting, I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is pretty interesting. So your body, because your cells are cleaning everything out, they need to put good stuff back in, no? So putting good minerals into your body, minerals that your body's missing, is going to help it repair itself even more. So I would be happy to recommend what I use, but by all means, you should look up or look for something to replace minerals, specifically minerals that are missing from your body. There are lots of products out there. It is also recommended to have something, believe it or not, with collagen. I already also use collagen, and I drink collagen, as Michelle had mentioned on when she asked a question about bone broth. Why? Because it's got protein in the collagen, and if you take it specifically when you're done your fast, it actually coats your stomach, and it absorbs easily, and it kind of helps to improve your repair your digestive tract, because collagen again means glue, so it glues everything back together and it heals you up. No? And in the end, it makes for better hair, skin, nails, all of that. Also, a supplement with BCAAs, which I was also talking about earlier, the branched chain amino acids, and then I already said minerals. So all in all, intermittent fasting is going to just help your body restore itself, guys. That's like the main thing that I've gotten from doing this, from doing my research. Will it help you lose weight? Absolutely, 100%. You are going to lose weight on this. It's like almost impossible not to, unless you're eating, again, carbs and fats together in that window, like as soon as you get off the fast, and then your body just sucks it all in, and then you go and eat Twinkies and ding dongs and no protein. I mean, sure, if you're doing that and chugging down Cokes and Mountain Dews, then yeah, you probably aren't going to lose weight. But if you're paying attention a little bit, fueling your body, again, you don't have to count calories. You can eat sensibly, guys. So do the fast and then eat sensibly. So for me today, I got off, I had my lunch, I had some like snacks with peanut butter, I had a sensible dinner. I didn't go crazy and I feel good. I mean, I have a ton of energy right now and it's usually my bedtime. So in the end, you have to listen to your body and what's right for you. I'm recommending this, saying that I love it. I've seen tons of people comment on my post today that they have lost weight on it. They enjoy it. It's a lifestyle, guys. So you do it and it's something meant to like maintain over time. You fast, you eat. You fast, you eat. Your body repairs itself. Again, I'd be more than willing to send you any of this information, but in the end, I have this little sheet on here. It's like a little sheet I printed out with intermittent fasting. So the benefits, it's resistance to aging. It reduces inflammation in your body, builds a stronger immune system. Why? Because your cells, believe it or not, and this has a lot to do with cancer too, your cells are like broken down. And when it fixes itself, what's it do? Making room for healthy cells. So it builds a stronger immune system. It promotes weight loss. It improves your sleep. It balances your blood sugar. It improves your digestion. This stuff's all scientifically proven, like all of it. It lowers your cholesterol. It promotes new brain cell growth. It prevents heart disease. It normalizes in the end or after a little bit your hunger hormone. If you do try it, guys, don't quit like easily. Don't try it for a day and say, you know what, this isn't for me. Totally ease into it. So you could, and this is my recommendation, you have that window of 16 hours. Why not try half of that first? Like first day, it's like your first day in the gym. Try it for 8 hours. Then the next day, go to 9. Then the next day, go to 10. And I'm talking about somebody here that's like currently a horrible eater, or you're currently eating all day long. I mean, that's going to be dramatic if you tomorrow wake up and say, hey, I'm not going to eat until 12 o'clock today, and you've never done that before. I mean, you're going to be hangry and you're going to be cranky. So ease into it, no? There's always an adjustment phase for anything you do. Like, it's not just snap your fingers and, hey, this works. And yeah, so if you watched and you got some value from this, by all means, tag a friend, share this video out. I would totally appreciate it. If you have any questions, drop them in. I will try to answer them afterwards or find you the answer. If you try this and have success, I would love to hear it. Please, by all means, share. I'm hoping that you find some value in what I share and what I do and come on here and say, again, I just share with you what works with me and, you know, hope that everybody can feel good about themselves. And yeah, so Michelle, I've been doing the trim in the evening now. So instead of doing it in the morning, because the trim actually does have 50 calories and I kind of don't want to push the limit on it. So I've been waiting till dinner time. And then let me see if there were any other questions. So Marnie, I answered yours about fats. The bulletproof coffee, absolutely love it. If you guys are looking for a bulletproof coffee, I would be more than happy to recommend one. I drink it every day and love it. Beth was talking about Coke. So yeah, that is all I have for you guys. I appreciate you tuning in, and I'll be back in a couple days live. I have some other tips up my sleeve, some things I want to share with you guys. So have a good rest of your week, and I will see you all soon.